Choco wafer. That's kind of scary. Love struck buzzer, yes! Jelly jam, you mother. Hey yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Skinny Mood, and I'm back, and I'm freaking back. Today we have so much to talk about. The Valentine's update came out, and they're already teasing the next stuff, like global servers. It's insane. So let's just jump into it. The Valentine's update, it came out, and it's here, or it was there, depending on when you're watching this. I don't really know. The whole thing is late. That's fine. I don't really care. This is really for me. But man, it was a great update. Completely blew my expectations out of the water. Jelly Jam did get their map in the game. They were a freaking liar to me, telling me, oh, it's not finished. Oh, I'm scrapping it for next year. Yeah, freaking liar, bro. And Love Struck Buzzer. I got both predictions correct. I got both right. One thing I got wrong was that the new crate was coming, and that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty proud of that. So that was a really cool update. There's so many. There's there's the 3 map skins, and the boss gimmick is so cool, and all the enemies and the map itself, and that's really cool. I'll do a quick little I'll do a little showcase here of all the skins. I'll even put in the ones from the Lunar New Year weekly with Snake Maitake came back, and the Horse Cart Kid skin is also a new one. So I'll put that in here as well. Yeah. So I now bring you the Tower Heroes YouTuber mandated skin showcase. That's not all because you just had to wait like 1 day or 2 days. I forget exactly how many days it was, but Smelly the Goat came to play. Smelly the undisputed champion. Smelly the fart. He said hold on. He said bug fixes. He said I could do better, and he fixed so many bugs. I'm gonna try and put them all on the screen. But he fixed all of these and this and that all in 1 day. I think it took him an entire day, he said, like of just sitting down and just doing all that. Wow. Bravo. Genuinely bravo. Like, that was the biggest batch of bugs ever fixed ever. Like, I want to say, or at least the biggest changelogs message I've ever read in my life. So that was extremely cool to see, and most of them are my bugs that I reported, so it's also a little bit of a self-gratifying moment in there. And then just as well, he threw in another one, just another batch of a little more touch-ups after some of the bugs weren't properly fixed. So literally just amazing. And this quality of life stuff, I said it in the last video, quality of life, we've been wanting this for so long, so this is exactly what we're needing, and we're getting it for the first time, or maybe not for the first time, but in way more quantity than we usually would get. So it's so fulfilling, and it's so gratifying, and it's so much better than a stupid new map, or You know, new. Actually, that's funny because we did get a new map, but we got a new map and the bug fixes, which was like best of both worlds. So overall, I'll stop talking about that, but overall, it was such a good update. I think top 5 updates of all time. Not even joking. A little bit afterward, they started. They randomly put this poll in behind the scenes over renaming casual and challenge mode. They're renaming the modes. They put up a poll where people could vote. It was like for an hour. People could vote on which name was the new name for the modes, and we had some winners. So you had free play mode won casual mode, and story mode won over challenge mode. A casual mode and a challenge mode rename are things that we've been kind of loosely suggesting ever since casual mode came out. Although it was a vote with a small asterisk, you know, because Hilo did not like that story mode won the naming for challenge mode, so he changed it, and he said campaign it is. And then he gave a reason, like, yeah, there's not really, like, in Tower Heroes you don't really follow a story, you really follow a campaign of just playing each difficulty on every mode and stuff like that, so that makes sense. But for casual mode, free play mode, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm really not a big fan of that one, and you'll see later. We were trying to suggest better names for that one, but I'll get into that later. And the real reason why all of this renaming stuff coming out of nowhere is because Smelly the Goat, remember him? Remember the Goat? Global servers are coming back finally after 3 years. They're finally back in a new way. It's a work in progress. It's, you know, he's got a working prototype though, which is promising. But if this actually gets in the game and this actually gets finalized and finished and refurbished and figured out, this will be revolutionary for Tower Heroes. Like, genuinely, there are so many people that, you know, they can't really get into Tower Heroes, or they can't, you know, the new players, there's rarely people who still play older maps, you know. And Hilo even talked about this too. Like, he realized, you know, how every single map they've added has made the game more inaccessible, which is true. Like, who do you know that is still hosting, like, Facility Frenzy games? Like, no, we all moved on. So that is actually a great idea. So we've got this you know, old-fashioned, you know, OG classic Tower Heroes looking elevator, which is pretty cool, you know, harkening back to the old days where we all used elevators all the time. But, you know, even, you know, but modernized, you know, for the modern times with the, you know, the new facility, you know, looking design to it. You know, it's really cool, the new fonts and everything. So we've got like a map choosing section, which is pretty cool, and then we have the choose a difficulty section. And it's actually really cool. The choose a difficulty section is the first time we've ever really seen what is different about each difficulty all laid out in front of us. I love that it tells you how much more or less mana you're going to be playing with, and how much HP the enemies, you know, will have. That's really helpful, I would say, for a new player. Like, it'll let you know exactly what is making each mode harder than the previous one, and how hard is hard, you know, and all that. You know, Smelly posted a picture of what it's going to look like to select the heroes as well. So you've got this kind of like stylized little pop-up menu, and they're even sorted under certain types of heroes, like attackers and summoners and supports. That is so cool. That is so cool. That's going to help so many people even just like see exactly just like what type of hero some heroes are classified as. Like, even something as simple as that is helpful. Okay guys, editing skinny mood here once again. The more I actually don't push this video out, the more stuff gets dropped on us, more teasers and stuff, so I'm going to include more of this. We've got a system for showing people's decks in servers that is so useful. Oh my gosh, that is pretty cool. We also have being able to see how, like, you enable modifiers. You can just get to see what modifiers are on certain global servers as well, so that's really cool. And there is a little photo of what Smelly shows, like, the buttons are gonna look like, you know, so the deck for the team, and then this like ready button as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm loving this so much. And Hilo even shared more renders, little render teasers for new stuff he's making for the UI, which is so awesome. We're getting UI updates and graphical icon updates and stuff. It's so good. Yeah. Okay, back to the video. So yeah, that's just awesome. I love the direction that we're going with this. Global servers, quality of life fixes. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know where this came from. I don't know. It's like, they just had this power within them and they just unleashed it. Like, it really felt like the New Day update really was a new day for Tower Heroes. Like, it really brought in this new era, and I am all the better, and the game is all the better for it, and I'm all for it, and it is so exciting, and it's never looked the future has never looked brighter for Tower Heroes, I would say, truly. And then we had some other stuff as well. Of course, there's always some little stuff. Obviously, everything I mentioned actually in the last video with like the breezy obtainment and the Best of Freight enemies in Sandbox, that was all fixed. Remember, I was talking about we were speculating names for casual mode, like a better name than free play mode. Smelly had joined us in Pixelbit VC, as we were brainstorming, and we had this idea of like royal invasion or royal takeover or something takeover, because it's like the casual enemies take over the map, since you can put them on any map, and so that was kind of a cool idea. Hopefully, I kind of like that name more than free play, so something like that, takeover, something royal. I just think that's cool. Smelly said no more animation changing skins, please. They're too tedious. That's completely fair, honestly. Oh yeah, and Hilo said apparently Pix's faces were broken for enemy follower dialogue, so he's gonna fix those, which is cool. And I know the video's getting really freaking long, so I'm just gonna stop it there. That's pretty much the best of it. I probably should have made this video, a week or so ago. I don't know, my life's been kind of jittery all over the place, a lot of personal slop going on, and also just laziness, and you know how that is. I'm getting back into the groove, I'm trying to find a groove for me. This is about the second video I've done in 8 months, so I'm still on track to get better, and so thank you to everyone who supported me and wanted to see this. I appreciate that, and I hope it was cool. I'm gonna go. Very excited for the next update. Hopefully the new crate comes this time. Whew. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And join the Skinny Nation server. Link in the description. Skinny Mood out. Skinny Mood out.